Welcome back. You're still watching Kaleidoscope on Channels Television. We continue the conversation now as I ask the Chairman, Board of Trustees of the Roses Ministry, Mazi Sam Ohuabunwa, about his experience since joining the Roses Ministry.
Well, I joined as a member of the Board of Trustees at inception when the revelation came to our coordinator, Mrs. Ezenwa. I think I was one of those she consulted to share the dream. And, and also told me that God was guiding her in selecting those. So I joined Bishop Chukwuma, Archbishop Chukwuma of Enugu Archdiocese was the first, was it? Yeah, was it the first chairman? Because we've had two chairmen, himself and another man of God who just passed not long ago. So it was after that I now became board chairman in the last 2-3 years. And my experience has been that it's a worthy cause, the pursuit of a worthy cause. Because I belong to quite a number of NGOs in the charity line. But I found that TRM, the Roses Ministry, is the most structured and most consistent in delivering on its mandate. And each year we impact lives of thousands of widows, thousands of orphans, fatherless, youth, and all kinds of people who are on the fringes of society. It's very fulfilling because there are some NGOs or some charitable organizations that function sporadically once in a while. They stage one event. This every quarter there are medical outreaches. Almost every week they have one training or the other, empowerment, youth training, moral training, and it's all year.
And talking about the event that held recently, that's the annual Widows' Day of Joy. What was it all about and how has it been going over the years?
Well, as I said, TRM has activities all year round. And we have members. Members are, we probably call them widows, but in TRM they are members of TRM. So they register as be part of FOR. So it's like a family. So at that's Day of Joy. It's like a pre-Christmas event, if you call it that allows the family to get together. Because during the year, people come when they have needs, quarterly meetings, monthly, daily. But this is when everybody comes together, number one. Then two, we show them little love beyond what is done on a quarterly basis. That's why you saw the distribution of wrapper, food items, and so forth and so on. That's one major objective, to show love and celebrate Christmas. The second, it is an opportunity for iron sharpening iron. It's an opportunity for comradeship, opportunity for people to meet other people who share similar vicissitudes of life. And for a couple of hours they are there to just forget their individual troubles and relate to other people. So it's that kind of opportunity for people to share fellowship with other people. And the third is that it's an opportunity to bring in our partners, our friends, our supporters, so that they can come and see what they are assisting us do, because that's part of accountability. When you are doing anything, you need to let those who are supporting you know that actually you're doing what you said. You saw Zenith Bank, you saw a couple of people there that day. It was for them to know that the support they gave us or they give us are actually being utilized in the right direction.
For someone in the pharmaceutical sector, how have you been able to bring in your career, your expertise to make impact at the Roses Ministry?
Well, first and foremost, you know that, as I tell people, if you're a pharmacist or a medical doctor or a nurse, anybody in the healthcare profession, if you do not have as an innate virtue compassion, then you must struggle with the work, with the profession. Underlining everything, the science, is that you have compassion, you have a feeling on how to assist those who are in difficulty to get to a better place. So that is probably why I'm vice chairman of similar and chairman of similar things, but each time I'm asked to come, I say, God, you give me the enablement, the ability to. I don't say because I belong to this. There's even one I run in my home, a regular event like this at Christmas. That one we use another fellowship, Irish for Christ movement. We have opportunity to share time with the less privileged. So it is that's innate compassion that relates to my profession. It's one thing that has served me well. Number two is that, as you know, we need medicines. We do run clinics, and we need medicines. So my association with the pharmaceutical industry, I used to be chairman of the Manufacturers Association, chairman of Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Group. So I have great rapport. So I'm able to invite them to partner with us and to support us in what we do. So those are how that pharmaceutical cap, fits into this humanitarian activity.
Let's talk about the education side of the ministry. On that day, we saw a lot of kids coming out to say how impactful the Roses Ministry has been on them. I mean, when you look back and see what impact you would like to make or encourage in that aspect, what would it be?
Well, for me, the country has several problems it's dealing with, this nation. And perhaps like many other nations, one that is staring us in the face is the disempowerment of the youth, in terms of the fact that many are not getting the right kind of education. And even when they got something that could serve them, they have difficulty in having an opportunity to express or apply that education. You see a lot of people doing work that is not in sync at all, doesn't relate to what they went to read in school, not because they want to change vocation, but just because there's nothing to deal with. And that's why this interests me, because in TRM, the Roses Ministry, it's not just give scholarship. When we give scholarship, we attract people, both scholarship that individuals sponsor and the one the ministry sponsors. Will follow you from school to graduation. As they came there, so do we call them all the time. Then beyond the academic, beyond the vocational and skill, we also impart moral education, which is so foundational and so important to breed that well-resourced, rounded individual that will help to solve the problems of the community. And when you leave school, we follow you, in terms of helping you assess jobs, helping you improve your skills, and see you maintain a wholesome kind of life. So in TRM, it's like a whole from cradle to the end, if you could say that. And this is an area I think we want to see more activity, more support, because you know that government can't do all this. With their best of intentions, they can't. Not in the kind of situation where we're spending a lot of our budget in fighting. Even today, I'm sure we're doing more than 50% in fighting security. So there won't be much left for health, education, and all that.
Let's take a look at the future now from where you're sitting. Where do you see the Roses Ministry, maybe in the next 5-10 years, in terms of growth, in terms of partnership, and of course, making sure that you fulfill that objective and goal for the ministry?
I foresee Roses Ministry becoming a true institution. The way you hear about these multinational, international aid organizations that go beyond borders. That's where I think we're going. We will go beyond borders. By the time we've grown Roses to where we will go, first is that we're going to move around the country. Right now, we're concentrated in Lagos. Our next future move is to replicate this in some other geopolitical regions of the country and eventually to go international. So we'll build up an institution that will be able to receive more support than it's getting, both from individuals and from corporate organizations and multilateral agencies. Because even the last time we spoke to African Development Bank, we spoke to Afrexim, we're speaking to international organizations, and they are currently studying and checking us out. I believe when they see first the corporate governance that is exhibited on the board, the accountability, responsibility, and all that we do, I think they will begin to support us so that we can have such founded foundations or charitable organizations out of Africa so that we're not just receiving, but we'll also be in a position to give.
On that note, we draw the curtains on today's edition of Kaleidoscope. Don't forget, you can watch past editions of the program. Just go to youtube.com/channels web, type Kaleidoscope on the search box, and scroll to find any edition of interest. Thank you so much for watching. I am Anne Ohuabunwa. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.